Boarding nets are an instantly identifiable feature of the many pirate ships of the Tantalus cluster, though they also found use by the Frontier Union after the outbreak of the Frontier War. Little more than sheets of netting comprised of polymer fibre stretched between anchoring struts on the surface of a vessel, boarding nets are a means of deploying large boarding parties in one stroke during piracy actions. Once a pirate vessel has disabled its target, completed its interception burn, shut down its own engines and begun to coast, it is now safe to deploy dozens of armed combatants in EVA suits to leave the ship and attach themselves with simple clips and fastening ropes to the boarding nets, where they can wait until a target ship is only meters away before leaping from the nets, either with simple RCS rigs or primitive grappling guns, to swarm the outer surface of the disabled target and begin cutting egress routes into its hull. The obvious advantage of this approach over a simple docking maneuver is that it avoids the necessity of fighting in the narrow and bloody bottleneck of a ship's umbilical and airlock compartments, or from concentrating an entire boarding party into one area where they might fall victim to the compartment being purposefully depressurized or flooded with anesthetic gas. Instead, several smaller parties can achieve access at various points to surround the stricken ship's crew and force a surrender as quickly as possible. Boarding nets are not exclusively seen attached to the hulls of pirate ships. They can also be cast adrift to be left as a snare for an unsuspecting vessel. Many merchant convoys will travel ballistic for long periods of their journeys to save on fuel, and under such circumstances, a pirate craft can place itself on a merging trajectory with their victims and cut loose a boarding net in the hope that the unsuspecting merchants will continue to glide into its grasp. These nets can be strung with explosives to damage or disable the vessel, strung with heavy weighted bars and launched at a high relative velocity as a deadly kinetic weapon, or on many occasions are tied to one or more small pressurized crew capsules, often recycled escape pods. Armed boarders will reside in these tiny pods, sometimes for days on end, as the net floats toward its victim, before arming themselves and launching their boarding attack upon impact. If successful, such a team can sometimes commandeer their target ship and simply use it to flee the scene, without their own pirate vessel ever having to reveal itself. A feared sight across Tantalus for centuries, not only for the threat they pose, but for the distinctive and threatening appearance they lend to their parent vessels, boarding nets remain the mark of a pirate ship, to be carefully watched for by any wary merchant captain who travels the darker corners of the cluster. Thank you for watching. You can get the Sojourn through various distributors, all of which are accessible through www.thesojournaudiodrama.com. You can also get the series through Patreon, where you'll be able to access various bonus features, including our visual dictionary, Guinevere cross-sections, and anthology shorts. Remember to join us on Discord and get regular updates on all upcoming Sojourn releases. All the related links can be found below this video. Fair winds.